Does anybody have any questions though for now? While we'll prep this up right now, we'll wait for a couple people to come in here that have some leads. I think Josh said we're waiting for somebody to call, and we'll wait for David. I mean, I have some leads I'll call, but I'd rather get these ones first.
I think Julian's in here now, right?
Yeah,
Julian, you here?
I am.
Randall, you in here too?
Yeah, I'm in here, but I got a question. The replay of the Zoom, where's it gonna be at?
On my YouTube, and it'll be posted in the Powerhouse.
Got you. Yep, that's what's up.
All right, cool, man. So
Yeah, I think I got all of them on there that we've put out so far.
cool. So let's do this. Let's see, 6106. Let me see if we can call Randall's lead first, which is it 6101 Cherry Hill? In
That's it.
Montgomery, huh? I don't know why I memorized that damn fucking address. Okay, so 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,100 square feet. Let me just look at it again. I think he wanted like what, 30 grand or 40 grand for it. He owed 8 grand or something.
Yeah, so he still had a mortgage of like 32, and he wanted to walk away with 35, and we initially offered him sub 2 and 8 grand out of pocket, in his pocket.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember that part. I don't feel like giving him 8 grand anymore. I mean, I'm just being real. Let me call him up real quick. Cliff.
What's up?
His name's Cliff.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
I'm gonna double call real quick. I'm gonna call him again. Oh, he said, "Can I call you later?" He just texted me. Sure. What time? All right. So Cliff will be. He just texted me, say he'll call me later. So we'll see when he calls. All right. So who's next? Was it Julian, or is that your name, Julian?
Yep. I did confirm with the seller that he'd be available around this evening. So he knows you'll be calling. And then do you need any other information about the deal, address? What I kind of offered him already, or?
Yeah, let's lay it out so everybody knows what's going on with this deal.
He just texted me back too and said, okay, he'll be waiting for your call. So he's pretty much ready.
All right, cool. So what's his number?
His number is 937-361-5539.
Okay. 5539.
And his name is Ron or Ronald.
Ron. Okay, cool. And then I think I have some of the information in my messages from Josh.
Yeah. Down payment, he wants $35,000. He was looking at 5 years. He wanted like 8% interest. And then he wanted that over obviously 60 payments, 5 years. So the biggest thing is that he was more adamant about, he said he needed half down up front. That was like his big thing. I'm not sure what he needs it for. I know he's older. I know he's looking to retire, just kind of like downsize his portfolio, but he was very specific about that number, and I'm not sure why.
Got you. I think when I looked at the address online, I think it looked more beat up than the photos that Josh sent me this morning.
Yeah, like I had my photographer go do the walkthrough today, and I was telling Josh, I was surprised too by the condition. Like it looks really good on the inside.
Well, it didn't look like how it looked pretty beat up, you know? It looked like destroyed, like some trash, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's not, because that is just like it's a lot. It makes more sense now that I'm gonna put so much work into it. But you know, it's not like it's updated and everything. It's just not trashed. I
Exactly.
was looked online. Okay, so his goal is to get $70,000, right? That's the purchase price?
Yep.
Okay, $70,000 purchase price, and he wants $35,000 down?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, let me see, 8%,
Yep.
right?
So basically, I calculated that as a total after paying off the balloon payment and everything. That brings him right around 84,000.
So you're thinking at 70 grand, when I put $35,000 left, down, I'm only gonna have to carry 25, or he's only carrying 25 grand, and at 8%.
35. He'll be carrying 35.
Oh yeah, he'd be carrying 35 grand, and 8% on 35 grand pays him 84 grand. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, after 5 years, that'd be like the total payout.
So on the calculator, you put $35,000 for the financing amount, and then
Yep.
8%.
Yep.
And it came out to 84 on top of the 35 grand.
I have that as a total payments plus purchase price. Maybe that's what that's calculating.
Let me see.
It actually might be more like 40 something.
Hey, Carlos, Casey in the chat said he has that Detroit seller on the line right now, Willie.
Who the hell is Willie?
Wild Bill Overbeck.
Who?
I don't know. The guy who tried to call yesterday.
But on the actual loan, it'd be a payout of what's that, 48,683. So maybe that's more so.
Got you. Let me see. Okay. And then can you in the chat, can you just drop the address so I can take a look at it?
Yep, I'll do that right now.
We'll just call him up right now.
Okay, let me go ahead. First.
I think Casey's trying to beep you in, Carlos.
I'm not even on the on the Zoom link. I'm just behind the scenes looking at stuff real quick.
Right, I just posted the address.
Thank you. Oh, give me a second.
No problem.
Yeah, what's up, Casey?
Yeah. So I got that Grand Boulevard Detroit property. Remember, these guys open to taking payments for his son or whatever.
I kind of don't remember it, but catch me up to speed real quick.
Check your email. The 2101 West Grand Boulevard City. We tried to call him a couple days ago.
Okay. Which email did you send it for me? The Never Lag one?
Yeah, I can read.
Oh, okay, I got it. The 2101 Grand Boulevard.
I'm just gonna merge him into this call really quick. He's talking about a squatter on the property, so I don't know. Figure it out.
Sure. I'll just go with that. I don't even know where the hell we are. Just tag him in. What's his name?
Willie.
Willie. All right, man. Let's do this.
Hey, Willie, I got my partner Carlos on the line now.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Willie? How you doing, man?
Good.
That's good. Just want to say thank you first off for giving us some time. Casey was catching me up to speed right now, but since I got you on the phone, do you mind finishing up the job and catching me up with what's going on? I hear there's a squatter in there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on right there? What's happening there?
Well, I'm trying to get a lawyer to find out how we can go about getting access to the property, getting inside the property.
Okay, and so how long is the squatter? Was that a tenant, or is it just some random person that's squatting in there?
It's somebody that just moved into the property.
Got you. Okay, and that's not fair. That's not nice. So how long have they been there for?
I didn't understand you.
I said, what a bummer that is. I'm asking, how long have they been right there inside your house squatting?
I don't know exactly how long they have been in there. I had a person go by there to maintain the property, and I found out that this person, the squatter is inside the property.
Oh, okay. And so then if you don't know how long they've been there, let me ask you this. How long has it been vacant for?
It's been vacant for a while, because I've been working on the property, and I didn't have it occupied while I was working on the property.
Okay. And so what was your end goal? Were you gonna rent it out? Were you trying to sell it? I know that it was just there vacant for a while. I'm trying to see what was your goal.
At the time that I was working on the property, I was thinking of selling the property once I got it all fixed up.
Okay. And so what is the condition of it? You're saying once you got it fixed up, what's the current condition? I know that it's been vacant. There's a squatter in there. Before the squatter was there, have you jumped into the house? Like, have you went there? You looked at it? You've seen the condition and you know what it looks like in there?
And just general maintenance on the property to get it ready for occupancy.
Say that again. You said you just got some paint in there. Okay. How's the like the electrical work and the plumbing? How's that working? Okay, so new furnace. How long ago? Okay. What about your roof? How's the roof on that? Okay, I got you. Do you still have a mortgage on this property?
No.
Okay, so it's free and clear. Got you. And so you said you've already started the eviction process to get that squatter out of there? Okay, and when are you looking to move forward with that?
If we can help you with that process, getting the tenant out, or even buy it with that squatter in place, would that speed up the process?
No question.
That's something that we can do. I know Casey can get on that and we can start helping you out. What I want to get to is, let's say we project that, you know, in the next 30, 60 days, this eviction process is started. You're starting to get this squatter out. Your goal is to renovate it and rent it out like the original, or would you be looking to sell it to me?
I want to get the process of getting this person out of it.
Yeah, me too.
Sell the property.
Yeah, 100%. It's way easier for you to sell it without the tenants or without that squatter in place. I mean, whether you sold it on your own, whether you listed it with an agent, or whether you sold it to me, it's just better for all parties if they get evicted. We don't mind helping you with that process. We're also interested in buying. That's why I'm spending some time with you on the phone.
Right?
And then a monthly payment, I just want to get rid of the house.
When we talked, you said that it was paid off free and clear. If we could put a little money in your pocket up front and a monthly payment that your kids would continue getting no matter what.
No, I'm not interested in getting involved in any kids or anything of that nature. I'm interested in getting rid of the property.
Well, yeah, no,
Let me ask you this. You know, what happens if, you know, you get this squatter out And I'm not sure if you're aware of what's going on with the economy. I'm not sure if you purchase a lot of homes and you're super invested in investing in real estate. But we started to notice there's a shift now. It's not really so much a seller's market, it's more a buyer's market. So what if you get this tenant out and then you can't sell it? What's your next step right here?
I'll be able to sell it at some point once I get the tenant out. So that's not a big concern.
Great.
I'm sure I can sell it at a rate that I can sell it.
So what are you looking to get this, what are you looking to sell it for? Like you're gonna get these squatters out and then you're gonna renovate it and then sell it?
No, I'm not looking to rent it.
No, repair, like cosmetically repair it, renovate it.
I didn't understand it.
Are you gonna cosmetically repair the home?
That's what I've been doing. That's the reason why I had not sold it already.
I got you. Yeah, you see, when I'm looking at it as an investor, right? I'm not looking at it as the homeowner who's gonna be your end buyer moving into it. So I look to either when I buy cash, I either want to do like a fix and flip so I can make some money. But in a scenario, I understand you're asking 70 grand, I believe ARVs, or no, you're not asking 70 grand. I was looking at a different deal. I was looking at the ARV and it's closer to what, $80,000-$90,000. And what's your asking price, Willie?
I think 30 was our maximum we could be at on that. So what did you want for it, Willie?
Well, I doubt very seriously if 30 is gonna get it. I'm thinking more in the terms of 40 or more.
Okay. So what happens when somebody pays you 40 grand? What are you gonna do with that money?
Well, one thing I'll do.
What else are you gonna do? What I'm getting to is, are you planning to, spend some of that money on maybe a little vacation or go away, like you said, and then put the rest of it in the bank?
Be looking to another investment, another real estate investment.
Gotcha. That's what I was getting to, right? Because if you go and you sell this house for all cash, either one might pay some taxes on it, or two, most people are not going to spend all the money they receive and they place it in the bank. And what does the bank really get you? 0.9, 1% on your money, especially when inflation's at what, 10+% and rising. It's not really like the smartest thing to do. Right. So did you already, like, you're trying to 1031 this? You're trying to look for another investment for you to put some money into? Okay, let's say in this scenario, I could pay you 40 grand, which was more than Casey had presented to me. In this scenario, I can give you 40 grand. You wouldn't want to work with me with a little bit of money down and some payments over maybe a short period of time? I said, if I was able to give you $40,000 for your house, right, Willie? Like, if I'm able to pay that price, a lot of people are looking at this. They're probably looking at it the same way I am. I need it less than 30. But in this scenario, let's say I can pay more for your home. Don't really want to, but if I can come and pay 40,000, would you work with me on the term basis? Allow me to put some money down in your pocket so you can go and get out of here, or however you said it, and then I can make some payments to you for a set period of time. What would you rather do? What would you rather do? Because I don't want to waste your time or my time. I'm really not looking at this to buy it cash from you. Cool. Cool. I'd rather you try that out. Yeah, no problem. I'd rather you try that out and sell it. And let's say that you can't sell it. Just think of me at that $40,000 price. If I could buy it from you at that price, I'll go through with it. In a scenario where you can't get that number cash, just remember me, okay?
I would consider some kind of terms, depending on how much time we're talking. That's right.
Well, how much money you need down?
Oh, I wouldn't consider less than $20,000 or $30,000 now.
Man, like the banks would only charge me 20% on 40 grand. You're charging me like 80, 90, 100%. How much money am I gonna have to put into this after you go ahead and get these tenants out, right? Or the squatter out? How much money am I gonna have to put in to get the kitchen and the floors nice and ready so that I can rent this out for the maximum?
Oh, I don't know. That would depend on you and how you were doing it. If you were putting $20,000 or $30,000 down, you wouldn't be putting that much money in order to get a tenant in there. Is what you were going to do.
So typically when I purchase properties like this, I'm able to move a little bit quicker than most people. And if I'm able to pay a price that others don't want to pay, typically the seller, the homeowner, which is you, usually work with me, and they usually accept like a down payment of 5 or 10 grand. And here's the reason why, because I do get allocated a lot of funds to purchase other people's homes. So I don't use my own money to make money, but I'm not a foolish investor. That's why I have people lending me their money for investments. So in a scenario where I'm spending 5 or 10 grand per home, I'm paying more money than I should. And so a homeowner is now giving me that opportunity to pay 5 or 10 grand. If I'm spending 30 grand down, I really could be helping 3 or 6 other homeowners buying their houses like this and paying them more than what I think the market value is worth. Would you work with me around those terms?
I wouldn't even consider 5 or 10 grand.
Well, from then,
That wouldn't even be into. No, I wouldn't consider that. It was good. I could rent it out myself.
you totally can. So what is from let's say 5 or 10 grand? What's the closest number to that, right? I'm trying to see how I can make some money too. And you know, my whole goal is if I'm going to spend more money by giving it to you on the purchase price, I just need to be able to make money is all. And remember how I said that I borrow people's money to make money? If I have to make a payment to you by putting 20, 30 grand down, I still owe a payment to you. But then I'm going to borrow somebody else's money and make a payment to them as well. I might not make any money, and that would be a foolish mistake for me being an investor. Can you see that? Well, I mean, I offered money down. I didn't disclose that I was going to give you $0. I was just saying when you're asking 20, 30, it just wasn't going to really benefit me either, paying you more and then paying you a lot of money down. I don't know how I'm going to make money doing it that way. And so I'm still open to paying you. But what I'm saying is, can you work with me closer to my number of 5 to 10 grand? What's something that you could do closer to that? Okay,
I know that.
so then what number from 10?
Pardon me?
What number from 10 are you willing to work with me on? From that number, what's a number you can get close to that? Work with me.
I'd like to consider 20. I would have to think about that.
Oh, thinking about it to me is really like a no. I'd rather not even really jump on another call. That's mainly a no. What if I can meet you at 15 grand, right? What if I can get 15 grand down to you on a $40,000 purchase price, and I owe you $25,000, or yeah, $25,000.
We're getting close to some new deals now.
Are we getting closer to no deal, or am I getting closer to your asking of money down? I think I'm getting closer to a deal, even though I don't really want to do it.
I would see what I'm gonna be walking away with in my pocket and find out what is going on otherwise in terms of possible lower deals that I can get on.
Okay, so let me put it this way then. If you get this squatter evicted and you put some money into it, and then you list it with an agent, are you looking to list it for 40,000? Oh, you would sell it on your own.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so typically, usually when you list it or you sell it yourself nationwide is around 6 to 11% to sell your home, 6% to agents, the other few percent are for escrow, title fees, etc. So if you're selling at 40 grand, what are you really looking to net? I'm just trying to see how I can make this work. Otherwise, we can part ways. I just want to see if I can be the right buyer for you.
I'm not looking to list it as an agent, but I have already talked to agents. I'm looking to get rid of this problem without having any balance left about.
Say that last part again.
I mean,
What was the last words you said right now?
I said I'm looking to get rid of
Okay, well then let's do that. Let's do this then. How about we do this, Willie? Casey and I will just follow up with you. I believe your best case scenario is to go find an attorney that's going to help you out. The faster you do that, the faster you're going to sell it. If you take your time doing that, you're going to miss your window to make that 30, 40 grand. I see the market coming down. I see you have a short time span on that to get that. So let's go ahead and have you try that out. I know that you won't have a problem selling it, but I'm not going to be your buyer here today. And if you want to work with me and move forward with me, I don't mind helping you find the closing attorney or a lawyer to help you get these squatters out of place. But I'd also be looking to buy it from you. So if you want to work with me on that, I can help you. But if not, then it's okay. I don't mind following up with you in a month or so if it doesn't sell. All right, we'll do that, Willie. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.
Thanks, Willie. Have a good day, buddy. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
All right, you have a blessed rest of your day. Bye.
I never even brought it up. The address, for some reason, I couldn't find it on my thing. Does anybody have any questions for me? Anything I could have said better, done better? Are you guys stuck on anything? Why I brought something up or why I said a certain thing?
No, the pull away technique was flawless. Like that was good. I never even thought about doing something like that, but that was nice. It was executed like flawlessly too.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So like one thing I did notice that you were asking a lot of good questions in the beginning. So when I was taught with wholesaling is that you basically want to like qualify people quickly, like get the questions done in and out, but you really took your time, like really like getting information out of him, which I need to get better at because I'm in the mindset of just trying to get the 4 pillars as quick as possible. And I don't always get the pain points that I need. And I feel like that can help me a lot, especially as I get to like better at negotiating and stuff.
No, I hear you. You know, a lot of people do that. A lot of people, for some reason, they feel better on the phones now. But what I've realized is there's some type of fear or anxiety still in the mind because they're still running through a script. When you let that go and you start to practice and you learn to get into this creative mind of yours, you don't need a script. A script is only there for you to be like maybe a guideline for you to remember certain things.
Exactly.
When people use scripts, a lot of the time is they're trying to remember what's on the paper. You can't really be creative that way. Any other questions, anybody? Input?
I agree with that 100%. Once you kind of get the first initial thing out, just don't get bombarded and sag down with trying to remember where you was in the thing. Just kind of let it flow.
Your goal is to fact find, right? If you want to be real professional, I come from the car business, sales background, negotiations for a lot of years, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, sales director, AT&T, DirecTV. I'd go state to state, show other offices how to close. So maybe became a little bit more prepared. I educated myself on basic sales, all that stuff. So coming into this game, it's not too hard. It's just that just want to practice a little bit more. You fact find. When you fact find, normally the seller is going to go ahead and open up and then give you the answers that you need.
I have a question.
What's up, brother?
Is there a best order to go through the timeline, condition, motivation, price, or is it just whatever comes natural? Is there something you like to follow on those pillars?
Well, typically when I'm calling, see, Casey just tagged me in there. Didn't really remember this and everything, so it's just like real on the fly. But typically I would call them, and while I'm bringing it up, I'm gonna rerun the pillars myself so I can catch the speed. I want to hear the side of the story. And so typically I would go in order like this. I would ask them what's got them considering. Usually I like to say, hey, while I have you on the phone, I'm pulling up your address right now. What's got you considering selling this thing? You know, so it looks, as I'm pulling it up and just being transparent, I'm really pulling it up. That's how, hey, what's got you considering selling it? So then they can start telling me the reason why. Fact find into there. My next step is then get into condition, right? They might tell you what's your offer. Usually when they tell you what's your offer right away, they're not really distressed. But you come in a scenario where they say, what's your offer? I just tell them, all right, great. I'm just going to grab some questions on the condition so I get you that offer. You never give them your offer because you're going to roll into, once you find out your condition, then you're going to ask them what type of time frame. So I like to go time frame. I go motivation, time frame, go into the condition. And at that point, they probably would ask me, what's your offer? And I'll just tell them, oh, I'm almost done. You know, hey, I'm almost done. I'm just grabbing some answers real quick on the condition of it so I can get you that offer. Ask them the condition of the condition of the property, and I'll repeat it to them. So I'm hearing it's going to need this or that, yada, yada. You know, so knowing I'm going to have to put that money into it, what would you sell it to me for? And then usually their offer comes out. I never had to give it first. You never want to really try to give it first because they're not really too motivated. If you're coming out having to give all your answers, they want you to offer up real quick up front. And then second, you just want to not throw yourself under the bus. What if you did your numbers and you let's say you're like, hey, 80 or 70% of ARV, and you shoot a number ARV, and then you shoot your number, and they were willing to take like 20% less, you would have never known. That's why I like to just try to get it out of them.
Yeah, you was talking that guy down to his down payment. He was kind of working his way down. That was really good to see.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll say like one thing you did too, like you kind of like put yourself in his shoes and gave him options, like, and that built the trust up. between him. You didn't just like say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I want. You're like, okay, this is what you can do. And I could even help you do it. So I think it's like that built up the trust to where you
Yeah.
could work them down, because I think in these creative deals is that's what you have to do is you have to pretty much work it with them. So everyone's going to be a little different.
So everybody has an end goal, right? Like you got to see, I come from a car sales background. I was taught to shove a car down your throat, even if you weren't looking to buy a car. Right here, we're not looking to create a deal. Pay attention to that. We're looking to find the deal, meaning that the homeowner is already distressed and willing to sell. We just need to come to an agreement. I'm not, one time did I fucking force him or ask him to come to my question. Not one time did I try to overcome or pressure him. Not once. I never will. I even tell it. Even when I start to hear people's like wall go up, I tell them, hey, listen, I don't have to buy this either. I'm not in a rush. I buy a lot of homes. I look at a lot of homes, which is very true. I do look at a lot of homes, and that's why you want to get busy now. It just started happening over the last few weeks. But the more momentum you build, oh, I'm not in a rush. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to spend my money foolishly either. That's why when I brought up, hey, somebody's willing to let me buy it like this, but in the scenario where I'm paying you more, and you're asking me for so much money down, it doesn't make sense. That's why I like to say, hey, typically the homeowner is going to work with me and let me put 5 or 10 grand down. He said like he wanted 30 grand, 5 or 10 grand, 5 times 6 homes is 30 grand, or 3 times 10. That's why I said, hey, I could be helping 3 to 10 other people spend more money on their homes this way. And you're
Right.
asking for 20, 30, it would be foolish for me. And that's the truth. You gotta let them know how you work. As you start getting into the creative pitching, you remember you're the end buyer. You're the one. You have to see the strategy. You have to understand it. You have to be, because here's the thing. You're gonna go and sell it. You're gonna go wholesale it for a fee to a creative buyer, which could be yourself, but you're gonna go wholesale it. And what's their strategy? You're supposed to have it lined up because you locked it up. The numbers should make sense, or your numbers for what strategy you're doing. Oh, I'm gonna do an Airbnb, a long-term rental. This is gonna be a wrap, a novation agreement. This is a lease option. And we'll get into those as we go. I'm still learning as I go as well.
Carlos, I like to think of that. What was Echo? I like to think of that as kind of like, I don't know, like if you were, we're over the phone, so it's kind of hard to like, show like how you're really trying to portray yourself to the seller. So I kind of think of it as like pulling up the chair, like if you were there with them, you'd pull up the chair and explain it to them. Like break it down like a buddy, like, hey,
Exactly.
man, no, like I don't have to buy this house, but here's your options. Here's what we could do. Here's what we could work together. So like,
That's the beautiful thing of being busy. Did you hear me tell him I'm not really even interested in this? I'm just trying to see if I can buy it. That's the damn
Yeah.
truth. I have a lot of homes after this call and today, and the 2 that I'm locking up and all these other ones. I got deals that are coming in. I can pick and choose. It doesn't mean I'm going to disclose a little deal. I'll take every deal. It's just that it doesn't excite me to look at a deal like that. I'm not
yeah,
excited.
well, that's dope because it breaks the tension. Like right there, when you say that, it breaks that tension, like to them.
Yeah, I let them know, hey, I'm not pressuring you or rushing. I'm not in a rush either, man. I'm really not. I used to be like a few months ago, I was like always in a rush. I felt like a chicken with his head cut off. Couldn't
Yeah.
stop. Now it's like there's a lot of overwhelming stress, but it's better. A lot better than
Because
it was.
in a day, we're providing them a service. Like we are genuinely helping these people get out of tough situations.
Yeah.
And sell that house on the open market and get top dollar value, especially with the way the market's shifting right now. I talk with a lot of my sellers. I'm like, you have to understand the market isn't the same that it was 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the same in a few more months.
Exactly. Would you be able to call my lead next, Carlos?
Yeah, after Julian's. Okay. We'll call yours. That's Ron. I have his number. Go ahead and drop his address real quick in the chat.
I did in the chat. You want me to drop it again?
Oh, it's already in the chat? No, if it's up there, I'll go get it real quick.
Let me see. It might be up there. I can probably copy and paste it again.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Okay.
So this is the guy that wanted, yeah, okay, got it. 70 grand, $35,000 down, 8%, 5% balloon. What was his reason? What was his reason on why he's selling it?
I know that he's just older. He's just looking to downsize his portfolio. He did have a tenant in there, but the tenant moved out and he was gonna like fix it up a little bit and just get rid of it. I think it's only been vacant for maybe a month.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and call this guy up real quick. ARV pretty confidently is around 100.
Yeah. Would you think so, Josh? I don't know if you looked at it too, but 100,000
I
ARV.
agree. Yeah, I agree with that as well.
All right,
Yeah,
cool. I don't
that's
even have to look at the
yeah.
home anymore. The home looks pretty decent, right? There's not really much work to do on it.
Yeah, get a good deal. I'm trying to buy this.
Oh, you want it? Okay.
Yeah, we're about to get a deal here together. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys want to buy and hold it?
Well,
Yeah.
I would actually,
Or that.
yeah,
You want to wholesale it, Julian?
yeah, because I'm not even in the Dayton area specifically.
Yeah, I want
Josh,
to.
how far are you from here?
I'm in like Northwest Indiana, Chicago. So what's that? Probably 3 hours plus away.
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half.
Josh, let's buy it.
Let's do it. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we could. Hey, I love it. Let's all do it
That's it.
together. Yeah.
I'm trying, I want to pay Julian for this deal.
Yeah, I'll pay Julian for a lot more deals too.
I say I
Carlos,
do.
can you give me a round? Carlos, can you give me a round of applause because the Oakland Terrace Fort Lauderdale deal just closed? So we just made 10K and got funded on it. I only
Oh,
make
geez.
I have a
1,500,
bell.
but shit, it's still a ding.
We need to get our own bell. We all hit a bong. That's what
Yeah.
we close the deal.
Oh, hit the bong. I like that.
I got
Fuck,
you,
I'm
my
out
guy,
of
right here.
fuel.
I got you.
Go, Casey.
Let's go.
Actually got another deal closing tomorrow for me too. It's a little 5K one, but it's still closing tomorrow.
Nice.
You know, a lot of people might not like me that I cuss a lot and I smoke weed and I don't give a shit. They go back and
Hey man, you gotta do what works best for you, man.
Let's get that shit out of here.
What's going on, bud?
Doesn't stop anything we do here, guys. If I were drinking, I'd be drinking right now doing this. I wouldn't care, honestly. But I'm not drinking.
Damn, I'm glad to find some outlaws like me. Shit.
Shit.
Oh, it's outside, bro. We're out here. We're West Coast
Yeah,
providers.
I'm 4 years sober, no drink.
Yeah, I'm 2.5. I'm like 2 years, 8 months sober from
For a damn
basically
reason,
everything
too.
else. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this Ron guy, and then he knows Julian that you were that
Yep.
you didn't give him a different name, right? For some reason, I have fucking wholesalers. They're like, use this name. I'm like, why? That's the name I gave him.
No. I just told him partner.
All right, cool. So I'll just say Julian. All right, cool. Let me call up Ron real quick.
Carlos, can you try to hold your phone close to your speaker, too?
Hey, what's up, Ron? This is Carlos. How you doing, man? Hey, my partner Julian was in contact with you. Did he let you know I was going to call you?
Yeah.
Great, perfect. Yeah, he told me you had this property that you put a little bit of money into it. He took some photos. He just showed me them, and he caught me up to speed a little bit. I'm gonna bring it up right now on my laptop so I can take a look at it. Can you kind of tell me what's got you considering selling this house?
I've still got several. I'm 75 years old, so it's time to get out. And this one I rented to my grandson. He was there about 7 years, and then he moved closer to his brother and stuff. And so he finally moved after 7 years, and I painted it up, cleaned it up. Was thinking about either re-renting it or selling it, mostly selling.
Okay.
And so that's where it is. I'm thinking like, I don't know, if I get a renter here for 5 more years, I'll be 80 or so. So I thought I better maybe try to sell it.
Got you. So, what were you currently getting? What you said you had, I believe, one of your children in there? Grandson. Was he paying anything or no?
He was paying $500 a month.
Okay.
That's because he's my grandson. They go from $700 to $900 an hour.
Okay. And that's in the as-is condition of it?
You mean renting it? No, I always fix them up. Well,
Okay, so renting it could go from 700 to 900.
Mhm.
Got you. Okay. And then, like, is this way, like on seller finance, is that what you prefer to do? Or if you had like a cash offer, would that be the way to go for you?
Either way, as long as my remaining interest is, safe for a mortgage or something. But either way, cash or part,
Right, yeah, because I'm not really too invested in spending cash at the current moment. You said that you've been investing in it for a while, so you kind of understand the market and what's going on. I've
Right.
yeah, I purchased more properties right now on seller finance or any kind of creative finance opportunity. My understanding is you want 70 grand, right? Okay, and the terms that you're giving me are $35,000 down, 8% with 5 years, right?
Right. We talked about it, and he seemed to be agreeable to that, so where we were.
What did you guys come up with the payment?
That payment, I would have to just be amortized, figured out.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. So I do analyze, I underwrite the deals and I see what works for us. And I am interested in taking a look at this. Doesn't mean I might be the end buyer. Just I'd like to be if it works for me. Might not. Just wanted to bring that up front real quick.
Right.
And so if I have to put $35,000 down at 8%, I don't really think it's going to be such a great deal for me, at least as on the investing side. I see that to be like a great deal for like a homeowner, right? That's going to move in there. Because I just need the cash flow, right? If I can pay 70 grand, I know the ARV isn't too far from 70 grand. It's just not like I'm going to make like a home run on the front end. But if I have to put a little bit of money down, would you say I need to put a little bit more money to get this ready to go so I can get like $900 a month? Would I need to put more money additional from your 35 grand?
You would.
What type of money would I need to get this set
Well,
up for?
I was putting in new kitchen cabinets, and I was extending the ones that were in there. They were going to be gray from Lowe's. And I had the gal over there priced that kitchen out at $1,700. And she goes, they're always on sale for 10% off, plus I get 5% off because I got the card. So that knocks that down. I figured that almost covered the countertop, and I usually always do the work. So it wouldn't be a whole lot of money in the kitchen, but that kitchen would need to be replaced.
So kitchen and cabinets, okay. And then
Yeah, the kitchen itself is fine. It's just the cabinets.
just cabinets, not everything else is fine.
Yeah, the floor's fine. The walls are fine. Painted, ceiling fine, lighting, everything.
Okay, so I wouldn't need any paint or roof is fine.
Well, the roof is less than 7 years old.
Okay,
I got new siding on it. It's and I know how approximately old the siding and roof is, and the furnace, because when my grandson lived in there, it was going in during the period of time he was there. He said he was there almost 7 years. So I know that was all done during that period of time. I didn't look at the bills or anything, but I know it was done while he was there.
got you. So I won't really need to spend, like you're just saying, maybe I need to put $2,000, $3,000 to get this up to a point where I can rent it out for $900.
Yes. And at that rate, I might even know I could. It's got a wood fence at the driveway, right by the house entrance. And I got a fence guy that does stuff on the side, so that I was going to have him do it, so I could do something like that and get that fence fixed up and repaired, or you can just take the fence down. But I'd be willing to do a little bit more to the property myself. It's small stuff, but I mean, I'm sure you don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I can keep see, here's my goal, right? I want to be transparent, so it could either be a yes or no for us. I just need a cash flow, right? As a cash investor, if it doesn't work for me on the front end, like this won't, I don't mind doing it this way. All I need to do is cash flow. And so I get allocated funds. I don't use my own money. I'm sure you've done the same before in all your other homes. You'll either get a private money lender or hard money, however you're going to do it. And so I'm going to go and borrow money, right? For the money I need to give you for a little bit of the light cosmetic repair, the closing. So either I'm going to have to balloon him at a certain point or make a payment to him as well. And I just want to make sure I cash flow. And I don't know if it will happen if I have to give you 8% and such a large sum. Is there a way that you can work with me and still achieve the number that you're looking for? Would you see, would there be a way if maybe we can finance the interest on the purchase price so that I don't mess up my cash flow? Like, what if I paid you more than 70 grand? Like, let's just say instead of paying 6% over the 5-year term, right? So I can just make some money so it could be worthwhile for me. What if we just paid you more for the home overall instead of 70 grand? What if I bumped it up to like 80 grand financed, you know? Yeah, you finance it instead. So then it doesn't hurt my actual payment. 'Cause that's all I need to do. I just need to make some money. If I can't do it on the front, I'll do it on the passive income. And if I have to have that larger interest rate, I'd rather just try to pay you more than the agreed price. Instead of 70, I'll come up some more money. So I just finance that part and it doesn't hurt my monthly payment. Well, typically this is how it works for me, and I'm not sure it's gonna work for you, but when I'm able to pay more and then even come up just a little bit more like this, typically the homeowners are willing to work with me with like $5,000 or $10,000. And like how I said, I get allocated funds. If I'm able to purchase homes like this and give homeowners a little bit more than what I think the market is worth for them, then 5 or 10 grand goes a long way for me. If I have to pay 35, that's potentially 7 other homes that I could be buying for 5 grand down, paying them more over a set period of time. Is that something that you would work with me with?
I don't see how to get my hands. Like I said, because I'm 75. I don't think that would work 5,000 or so. I think it'd have to be closer to maybe 25,000.
Well, it doesn't need a lot. See, this is my goal too, is if I can pay more, I don't want to pay so much more money down because of the way it's just going to balance out for me. I mean, if I came up to like 10, 15, it doesn't need a crazy load of work, so I'm not putting in 20, 30 grand into it. So if I was able to do that, you come up 15, I'm paying you more money on the purchase price, so 80 grand with $15,000 down. And then if I could rent this for 900, what's a monthly payment that you're comfortable accepting from me, knowing that I have to make a spread in there? Because we'll just amortize it, like, let's say a 30-year term or whatever we need to do to make it make sense, 35, 40, and it's only going to be for 5 years. And it just needs to be a number where I can cash flow. And then I'm going to balloon you anyways in the 5 years. Yes, so either I would exactly those 2 ways. I would either sell it or refinance it.
I guess.
Yeah, or even in a scenario like this, even in a scenario where I sign today, I take it over, I give you 15 grand down, 6 months down the road, I've made all these payments, you keep all that money. A scenario where, let's say worst case scenario, I get hit by a vehicle or I get picked up by aliens, whatever the crazy, scenario is if I can't perform on the mortgage and if I default, I write a document in there to protect the homeowner, which is yourself. It states that if I fail to perform on the mortgage, the property will be deeded back into the homeowner's name. And at that point, I would have given you 15 grand down. I would have made whatever payment we come to agreements with for 5 or 6 months. You kept all that. It's cash flowing again at the highest. You could either sell it for the maximum or you can keep it cash flowing. I would mainly lose. I'd be the one that'd be the loser on that point. And that's why we protect the homeowner who's willing to turn into the lender. You're the bank now and I'm the borrower. And so, yeah, I would be on title, but you'd be in a first position, just kind of like the car business. If you ever finance the vehicle, even though your name goes on title, let's say Wells Fargo is the one who's loaning you the money for the car. If you default on payment, there's a repo guy that's going to come and take the car from you. Same thing in this scenario. We protect the homeowner. Yes, so we would put you in first position. We would have title do that. We'd still drop it in title, still in escrow. I'd send you a purchase sale agreement, and it's going to state that this will be a seller finance. I'll put all the details in there, 80 grand, 15 grand down, whatever number we come to agreements with. It's stated in there. You could review it, feel comfortable, take it to an attorney. If you need an attorney to talk to mine, it's totally fine. I'll send you over a credibility email, some of the other projects I'm working on, send you over some proof of funds. And, you know, it's just something to help you feel comfortable, but it is something that I can do. And if it's something you're interested in working with me, it's a way that I'm willing to work with you. Yeah, so I'm in my head, I'm thinking there's what, 5 or 10 grand at max to do to get this ready to sell or to get a tenant in it. I hear you. So I'll just put in between 5 or 10 grand. That's totally fine.
Right.
So then just come to an agreement with me, right? Let's just say if I can, if I can get 900, right? If I'm able to get 900 a month, I got to make a payment to you. What number would make sense for you, and then for me to make some money?
Hospital repairs, so I usually always set a little money each month for hospital repairs and let it build over a year, so that happens fine, and next year something happens, you know.
What do you, is it typically, because I'll typically put 15%, but I'm always curious to see what others put away. What do you put away per month on your net?
I used to be away a month.
Okay.
For repairs, and I now I put the little things going on.
Got you. Okay, so I'll just put that in mind too. What I'm going to put away. It's my little war chest on all the properties. I do the same thing.
So, no, I said 79. I don't know if people can afford 900 or not, but I'm usually the cheapest guy around there. That rents, everybody goes, "Are you nuts?" So, but it would go for 70. So,
Okay, so then let's just be conservative. It goes for 7. I just need to make some money in between those 5 years. What's a number that you can accept knowing that I just need a cash flow?
look at that. So the loan would be spread out over enough period of time that it's low, but at the end of 5 years, the balloon comes up.
Exactly. So there are times that I buy homes that will do like a 42 or 50 year amortized payment, but I'm only doing it for like 36 months. You get me? Or whatever is going to make sense on the term. I'll just have to cash flow. So sometimes the term is going to be longer just so it makes sense for that time that I'm paying.
Okay. Let me figure and see, make sure there's there's cash flow for you, and you probably haven't run all those figures either.
No, I haven't ran them all just yet. Well, what's your email?
It's C as in cat, F as in Frank, Dayton, Dayton, msn.com.
I'll repeat that. That's R for Ron, C for Charlie, F for Foxtrot, D for Delta, A for Alpha, Y for Yankee, T for Tango, O for Ox, and N for Nancy at msn.com. So what I'll do is I'll send you over everything, the credibility email, proof of funds. I'll send you over the purchase sale agreement. And what I'll do is I'll just leave it blank on the payment. And so you could just take a look at it, how it looks live, already almost ready to go. You can verify me, do what you need to do. And then when do you think is the next best time for me to jump on a call with you?
Let's see. Maybe this weekend or some Sunday or something.
Okay, so on Sunday,
Or Monday, or whatever. I've got something going on tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'll probably try to remember.
okay. Well, I'm not in a rush either, so no rush. Let's do this. I'll touch base with you on Monday, okay? All right, Ron, thank you so much for your time. Bye. You guys have any questions?
What questions do I have? So
We couldn't really hear Ron that well. Or like much at all, so we couldn't hear like. his
Nobody can hear?
I could hear like it was points where like the volume was up and there was parts where it was lower. But I got like kind of gist of it.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that, Carlos. We'll figure something out.
I gotta put like a microphone and then put like my phone right next to the microphone.
Yeah, or maybe if you use a dialer on your computer.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, he definitely sounds motivated. Like I already knew that. It's just like obviously I've never done a creative finance deal, so I don't even know how to explain it like as well as you were. And that I know comes with experience.
It'll
That
come.
guy-
You're right.
That guy seemed like he had some experience too.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
did. He did, but I learned, I guess, from people who are more experienced, and I'm willing. You see how I avoided 8%? He came at 6% and we're at 0%.
Yep. Did you even bring it
So
up?
what's up?
Yeah.
You see how I brought 6%? Who has an amortized calculator?
I
You
do.
do? All right, go ahead and put finance 65,000 at 6% for 5 years. Let's see what that comes out to.
6% at 5 years.
Even if it's like a 30-year term, right? Whatever it is.
Yep. Oh wait, sorry. What's it? Yeah, that's like over $18,000 paid in interest. Total paid will be $83,867.
Let me see it. I think it could be more than that. Let me try looking it up. Whatever it is, like it might be more than that, because I was doing a deal with Sam that we might be calling right now, and it was a finance amount of 135 with 3.5% interest over 10 years, and I think over 10 years I ended up paying him like 200 and like something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me see.
Hey, he's ready whenever you are.
Okay. So we're financing 7,000.
What was the numbers, Carlos?
Okay, so financing $55,000 for 6%. He's coming up with a payment, so let's just, I don't know, like let's just say if there's 700, let's just give him 350, right, or whatever. So it's 55,000 is the purchase price, 6% with a 5-year balloon. What am I gonna pay this guy?
5-year balloon. 6% for 55,300. I'm echoing on my back end. Hold on 1 second. There we go. It's $329.75.
Okay, and then over 5 years, how much do I pay this guy?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta give me a second. My headphones are off.
All good.
All
Check
right,
it out. I pay him in 5 years. I'll basically owe him 54 grand and I'm financing 55 grand.
Doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
you see what happens? At 6% over 5 years, I only bring down $277 is what I paid the principal in 5 years. That's 6%. You see,
Yeah.
would I rather now paid him the extra 10 grand and got 0%? You see that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're doing it on a 30-year mortgage, right?
Yeah, 30-year mortgage.
Yeah. So I got cut out because my headphones wasn't
So
on,
right
but yeah,
now, oh, sorry.
329.75 is your payments for 6% interest on 55.
Yeah. I just got 0% with him. So I went from going from $70,000. This is how the term came to me, Stan. It came to me at $70,000 with $35,000 down, 8% with the 5-year balloon. And now we're at 80 grand. So I came up 10 grand. We're at 0%. Instead of 35, we're at $15,000 down with the 5-year balloon. And I would probably just wrap it. But yeah, I switched it. Now it's a better term for me. 15 grand down is less. It's not that bad because 15 grand down, and then I only need 5 or 10 grand max. When you wrap it, you don't have to get it all nice and rent ready. You just gotta do
Yeah.
it.
And it's not
And-
that bad. So
No, it's not that bad on the inside either.
It's not. It's already livable, ready to go. And
Yep.
when you wrap it, when you wrap a property, you can typically sell it for $10,000 or $15,000 over the ARV price. When you sell it on a wrap, your payment can be typically $100, $200 over the rental rates as well. And when you wrap it, you're no longer liable to the property as if you were the landlord to it. You have to take care of the toilet. You have to save your war chest just in case things happen, right? When you wrap it and sell it, you no longer own it. They take care of all of that. You just simply cash flow, but you don't own the property, so you don't get the tax incentives, appreciation or depreciation.
just
So
the
when you
cash.
wrap it, you can turn a deal that you don't really see too heavily cash flowing on sub two into a wrap and increase the purchase price and increase the rental rate and then sell it and then just let it sit. And now you're in a holding position on a note. And same thing, if they were to default on payment, you keep everything. You're that guy now. You keep everything and they just drop down monthly. The cool thing too is when you wrap it, you typically ask them for 10, 15, 20 grand down. So you keep that off the front.
If they would fall out, like how many, could you wrap that thing several times? If like,
Yeah.
say people kept
Yeah.
falling out,
Yeah.
Damn. that would be
So
crazy.
you would wrap it. Okay, so right now, based on the original terms that you're trying to do is 55 on the principal, 6% on the interest rate. You're wrapping it at what? At what?
Well, we're at 0%. We're at 0%
0%.
interest. So we went from 8%. I then asked him if he can work with me. I said, that's too much. All I said was this, the same words. I
You
just
have
need
more-
cash flow, man. I just need cash flow. You just need to help me cash flow. Can you help me on that interest rate? It's not gonna let me cash flow. Yeah, I can bring it down to 6%. So he gave me, that's what he said, 6%. Now I asked him this. That isn't, I just asked him, can you work with me if I gave you more money up front and we financed that, right? We finance the interest rate because it's gonna mess up my cash flow. Can you work with me? What if
So
I
your
pay
numbers
you
are
more?
different then.
So
Yeah.
now I was just wanted to see the difference to Julian because I wanted to see how much am I going to pay him if I'm paying him 6% for 5 years compared to if I just charge 10 grand more.
Right, okay, so then the numbers change, right? So I had it at 6% for 55,000, so that was at 329 now with just interest only.
No,
Or
now
actually, I'm sorry.
we're at
With
55,000 at 0%.
Yeah, so 0%, then your principal would go down to 152.78, and if you wrap it,
Well, so he might not take that. He might want $400 in there, right? So now
Mhm.
it's gonna be short. It's gonna shorten my amortized term to a point where now it might not be 30 years, it might be 20 years for it to be whatever he comes back to on Monday. If it's 300 or 400, when I wrap it, if I can only get 700 on a sub two or seller finance, there might be 350. But then what if I need to put away 100, $150 every month for a rainy
Yeah.
day? You net $100. Not too exciting, but it's okay, right? Or I can wrap it and now actually charge 900 a month. And now where I'm gonna win is I'm gonna charge $100,000 for the home, but I'm now gonna charge interest rates right now, 8 or 9%. And that 8 or 9% over 20 years, Stan, if I were to give this to somebody for 20 years, 100 grand, 8%, how much money I'm gonna make on that?
653.
653. So over a 20-year term, does it tell you how much interest I make over those 20 years?
I didn't put my calculator to do that. As in you, as in, but it would just be the difference. I have to put that into my calculator. I haven't thought about doing that, but we can
Because
do it.
you got to see that if I'm not only going to make $30,000 on a wrap, right? From 70 or from 80 to 100, I'm actually going to sell it on a wrap. So I can sell 10 grand over, a little more. So if I sell it for 110 and I have a term that says 0%, and though I can charge 900, I'm really going to charge 8 or 9% in there as well. So they're going to pay a lot of interest for their first 15 years to me. So I'm going to gain not only 100, I'm not going to only gain the 80 to 110. I'm going to probably gain another 30 grand in there over 20 years or more. I don't know exactly what the number is. I'm not the best at it. I'm just saying I get to, you know, charge now 9% on that, on the wrap, which is cool. You make money on the money down to you, then on the interest and on the payment, you cash flow it.
You think this
Oh,
would be?
I can tell you.
So you think this is a good deal?
What?
You think it's a good deal as long as you can wrap it?
I mean, I'm gonna have to put money into it. Typically, I like to be around 10-15% of the purchase price, but right here I'm at 15 grand. So I'm already at 20% of the purchase price, and then I'm gonna have to break you off. I'm gonna have to close on it, probably spend another 10 grand to get the paint in there, those cabinets or whatever I'm gonna do. So what am I gonna be? 15, 20, 30. I don't know if I'm gonna be like 30 or $35,000. So, and I don't mind doing that. I can still make it work. Still make it work at $35,000 in there. Because my goal is I'm gonna exit the wrap and sell the note for a flip. Just because you have to think, if you don't have 35 grand, you need a lender to give you that money, right?
Yep.
Was the lender gonna write out 35 grand for 5 years with me? Probably not. But so if I tell him, can you give it to me for 6 months? Okay, how are you gonna get your money back to me in 6 months? Well, I'm just gonna sell the note on the back. So then I basically flip that note to somebody else at 10% off. And then I take that, sell, pay off the remaining balance, and I keep maybe 10, 15 grand on that. And I just move on, right? Because it's not gonna work otherwise, unless you have your own money, or you do have a private money lender that's willing to give you $35,000 for 5 years at a certain rate that you could still make money, right? So you have to think about your exit strategy. And you have to think about, do I have my own money? Or even if I have my own money, should I use somebody else's money? And how long am I gonna have to use that? How much can I pay them and still cash flow, though I gotta pay this person? So now you guys are starting to think like real investors. Now you gotta start accumulating all these fees, holding costs. Might take me a month or two to get certain things in there ready, right? So if it's $300 payment or a $5,000 payment, depending on the house and price you're buying, you have to consider how many months are you gonna have to have that in there as well. So like future references, there's 7 points of entry fees when you guys are doing creative deals. And you know, most wholesalers or even sub-2 students coming into this, they think, oh, I got the money down to the seller and then I have my commission and then that's what they show me. And I'm like, where's the rest of the fees? What do you mean this is my fees? No. Go bring me how much money is going to be in repairs. So in order is, number one is how much money is down to the seller. And then number two, it goes, what is an assignment fee or a commission to a realtor? What's that going to be? And then number three should be, I believe, like oh no, so it's number two is arrears. Any late payments or arrears you got to catch up. Number three is the commissions. And number four is the closing costs. Number five will be like a repair or renovation cost. And number six is going to be like a maintenance and holding cost. You know, how much money do you need to keep up the home? You know, like as far as how much money is it per month? And then if you have other maintenance around that, if you still got like, you know, other services for the home that you're still paying out of your pocket. And now you got to, that's also where you add, if you're doing an Airbnb, the furnishings will go there. Or the interior designer fee will go there as well. And then number seven is a marketing fee. Whether you're going to list this with an agent for a certain fee, whether you're going to pay Craigslist or Facebook marketing for a certain fee. And then you bring me that. And there might not be 7 points in every deal. But that's what brings a deal to me to know, okay, these are my true expenses. So then I can factor that in. Just want to make sure you guys knew that. So when you guys bring us some deals, you know, all the money that we need to see up front so that we can perform on it.
No, for sure. And I definitely appreciate all helpful information. Like I said, I know I've heard about wraps, have no idea how it all works. So a lot of that kind of went over my head, but obviously I learned it over time.
Yeah, my mentor Brad Young, he's a beast, and he's showing me some badass strategies, and pretty sure he wouldn't give a shit though, knowing that I'm giving them away, but it don't matter.
Once I
Everybody gives
get
them
some
away.
more revenue coming in, I definitely want to invest in a mentorship. Just obviously, I definitely believe in investing in education. Just got to get some more deals flowing in first, obviously.
Hey, you're here now.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, Sam, is your guy ready then?
Yeah, I'll give him a call right now.
Give me 1 second. Let me just grab a glass of water real quick. I'm going to call him on my phone so he can hear me, because he might not be able to hear me too well through your phone and this Zoom.
Okay.
Because look, if we
He
three-way,
said- Yeah, he wanted me to call him because he said he probably wouldn't answer your phone call because he knows my phone number. But I can either three-way you right now or call him, and then I can call you whenever I have him on the phone, and I'll hang up. Either way.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll do that. Let me get a glass of water. Give me like 1 minute. I'm gonna grab a glass of water, and then you can just call me, and then we'll three-way him together.
Yeah, and I sent you his number just in case you need it.
All right, I am back. All right, Sam, go ahead and give me a call. We're good.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Hey, David, it's just Sam right now. Is right now still a good time?
Yeah, I can talk to you for just a few minutes. I'm scrambling to get back into another meeting. But go ahead.
Tom, call him after.
Thanks for the turnaround right now. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. You going through a turnaround down at that plant? Okay, I got you. Okay. How about this? You have some time tomorrow?
Yeah, I think tomorrow might be easier, but I'm still gonna be in a turnaround, but I may have more time tomorrow. That makes it better.
Yeah. Okay. When is that meeting tomorrow? Can I call you after that meeting?
I have meetings all day long.
Gotcha.
I'm the reliability manager, so I've got like a gazillion meetings every day.
Okay.
But
Good to go.
let's just we can try tomorrow morning sometime.
Okay, tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Just reach out to me and I'll look at my calendar and see what's good and we'll take it from there. How about that?
Yeah, I'll text you. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, David. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, you and I we'll call him and we'll record it for everybody. We'll get on a Zoom, but I want
Yeah.
a little bit more time than right now. He's already thinking of something else.
Right.
I need him to be focused with me. I need him to be
Yeah, and
focused.
he only got a few
I'm
minutes.
gonna take away the interest, and I'm gonna give him 20 grand more, just like the other guy. It's a tactic you guys can use. Instead of getting interest, fuck all the interest unless you're taking it over sub 2. Try to make the deal juicier for you. The deal right now for Sam and I, it's still a juicy deal. It's still gonna cash flow like $600. I haven't negotiated the rent yet, so I'm trying to get $1,000 out of it net. And then I just don't want to pay the interest. So I'd rather pay him 170, 180 over 150 so that I can save that 3.5% because he's giving me 10 years. So that's 10 years of interest I'm paying first on it. But we'll record that one later because I want his mind to be right with me because I am gonna have to counter him on the interest, but he'll probably like the money up front on it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cool. Do you guys have any questions so far? Any input? Who put Eric put, where are you located, Carlos? I'm located in Palm Springs, California. What about yourself? Yeah, I'll put my number down there right now. There you guys go. Here's my email.
So you guys just doing like creative financing direct to seller right now? Like I got an on market deal. I don't know if it's worth looking at or whatever. You know, I'm talking with the agent. You guys want to look at it, or you guys just working on your list
No,
right now?
I work everything. I work all wholesale deals. For some reason, the majority of the deals have just been going creative financing. Because a lot of deals happen to we just need to be too low, so it just doesn't make sense. So I pitch a lot of the creative.
Yeah.
Yours is a on market, and it's a cash offer, obviously. So what's going on with it?
I haven't got a lot of information from the real estate or from the agent yet. He just told me is gone through probate, and it looks like a little flip. It looks pretty decent. I mean, it's just fucking expensive. They have it on market for 849,000. He's saying there's an offer at 770 right now. If I could just come up a little bit higher than 770, they'll consider the offer. So I don't know, man. I was looking at ARV in the area. I seen something close by that sold for 1.2.
Yeah, it's on Debbie Street.
Yeah, so I mean,
when did that sell?
In April.
It's not bad. And how far is it?
0.62 miles.
In this, is it on the same side of main roads and freeways, or across?
Shit. You know what? It's on the other side of the freeway, actually. So,
yeah.
but there's one on actually there's another one that sold for 1.2 on the same street, just down the street, just a couple blocks down.
Yeah, it's
how long?
On 6427 Ben.
1.25, 1.215.
When did that one sell? When?
March 25th.
Okay.
So 1.2, I mean,
how long has this been listed?
Fucking 38 days.
So 38 days, and a lot of people in that area are taking a look at it. And even though at 770 with the $1.2 million ARV, so let's just say $400,000 spread, nobody's buying it. Something's up.
It's a senior owner, and it's a foreclosure too.
Yeah.
How much he has in arrears?
I don't know. Let me check taxes or check the record. Mortgage history.
So maybe what I'm seeing this to be is maybe pitch a novation agreement. If maybe they're not seeing 1.2, they're seeing this. The economy is coming down. They're being conservative. They're probably thinking, you know what? It's not 1.2. It's closer to 1 or 1.1. Right? They want to be conservative, even if it's at 1 and they're gonna 8. Is it trash? Is it a big property first off, and does it need a lot of work?
It's not a huge property, 1,611 square foot inside. It's not like trash.
Renovate the whole thing though, like to get it up to standard?
It's not renovated though. It's old school. It's like everything's old school still.
So you would say it would need like the whole place needs to be cosmetically updated?
I would say it needs to be cosmetically updated. Yeah, because it's got like old school tile in there. It's got like old school just shit in there, like probably the kitchen wall needs to be opened up a little bit too, probably renovated. The backyard probably doesn't need to get touched though. The backyard probably just get cleaned up a little bit and just leave it like that.
It's real close to that airport there too. It'd probably be a dope Airbnb.
Yeah, from the Burbank Airport. So I mean, but I'm trying to see, like if I should just run with it, dude, and just tell them like, yeah, we're good to go. Let's get on it. Or fucking,
So what's your end goal? What are you gonna do with it?
shit, I either have two options, if I could wholesale it out for a little bit more for like, 800, then I'll make a quick little profit. But I mean, shit though, man, I ran the numbers with through a little flip calculator, with holding costs and everything like that, renovations at like 161,000 for renovations, fucking, and holding costs for everything. You can make like around $100,000 profit to flip it, 6-month flip time. So I mean,
So you'd make 100,000 if you bought it at 770. You expect the repair cost to be how much?
161,000. That's
For the repair cost?
and I'm doing like $100 a square foot estimated on 1,600.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Is the house like a fire damage house, or you're just
Nah, I'm like being generous with that actually.
Yeah. I think even being like good conservative, you could even put like $50-$60 a square foot and think you could be fine. If it's not like a tear down, and it's not a burn property, I think you'd be good with like $50 a square foot. You gotta be you gotta be realistic, like prices are expensive. So maybe 50, 60, what's that come out to? Like 80, 100?
96, 60.
There you go. So 100 grand, you put in, let's say you got an 800, you put in 100 grand, you're at 900. There's a $300,000 spread after your commissions of 6%, or let's just say 10% of all your fees. Give away 120 grand. So that's what, 920, and you can 800, 900.
And that's making it look
There's
pretty
still like
dope,
180 grand or something like that in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so I mean, even if holding it and flipping it might be good, but then I'll have to go through all that process. I never done a flip or anything like that, or I haven't got money from a lender or anything like that. I haven't done it nothing like that before. So I mean, there's a lot of good meat out there, but
have you done like construction before and kind of know the cost of things, or like this would be totally new for you to do?
This will be my first project, man. This will be my first thing ever, dude. I've been trying to get in the business, man, and just everything's just so like numbers are so big out here, man, and I'm just fucking nervous of holding costs and fucking getting into it with lenders, and I never had resources like groups and fucking shit like that. I used to just do it by myself, and I never really knew about, even Gator lending or anything like that, until like the past couple months. And so fucking, that's pretty much what it is. This is all pretty new to me. I'm just really getting back into it right now. So
cool, man. Well, welcome back, man. I'm hoping to see you crush it, bro, and kill it. And it's not really that hard. It's just about learning it, becoming a student to not only this business but to life. You always want to be educated. The fastest way for you to perform on things is, find somebody in your local market that's done that, and then partner up with him, give him equity in the deal, and try to be the person that's going to do all the legwork. Hey, listen, I'm going to bring you a deal. You've probably already done this 100 times. I just don't feel so confident taking it down myself. I think I got the numbers for it to be a good deal. You mind if we perform on it? You can just guide me through the steps. You can just answer my calls or tell me what's next to do. I don't need you to take a lot of your time to do this, but maybe I could do all the legwork. And your fastest way is to give half a deal and learn from somebody right there and then, and pay attention to what's going on, and then you're ready to go. So I think that you can still perform as long as I've never done a fix and flip myself. I'm still fairly new, but I would then go and find somebody that has, like I have a partner that I already have that I would be able to do any virtual flip with. He's already open to it. He's done it. I could lock up a deal and bring it to him. I already asked him, would it bother you if I was able to bring you 50% of the deal and you just answer my phone calls and just tell me what to do next? I kind of want to learn how to do it. And I'm open to it. Well, shit, I bought 4 homes with him so far. So, he's walking me through a lot of processes. He's showing me how to do all this. And I didn't really be an end buyer until like a month ago. And I bought 4 homes last month, 1 home this month. I mean, we got the one we're working on with this guy who we're calling back Monday, the one we're working with Sam. I locked up another one that I hadn't signed it yet, right? I'm sending another one out compared to the one I got yesterday, right? So now that I've figured out how to buy because of my mentor who showed me how to do this at a faster rate, I'm not looking to buy 2 a week minimum. I don't see it to be hard anymore. I even showed Josh and Ben, hey, tell people out there that you're an end buyer. And what happened, Josh? And what happened, Ben? Ben and I, within 1 day, bought a home. I just told him, go, dude, it's not that hard. Go post that you're an end buyer now for creative deals and watch them come to your lap. I'll underwrite them with you and we'll perform. Literally within 24 hours, my friend posted it and we bought a home.
Yeah.
And now Josh too posted it. How long ago and how many deals have you gotten already?
More than I can keep up with trying to analyze, like
Already creative deals, and all he has to do is just, hey, like I said, you can go and find somebody who's willing to fucking take 50%. I'm that guy. I'm like, hey, Josh, hey, let's buy this home, right? Well, my intentions are for my goal is to show him how to do it as well. And he's going to do some of the legwork so he can learn how to do it. And it's going to be virtual. All these homes I haven't seen except for the arbitrage deal I got, but everything else was sitting on my computer. And I've made mistakes. I've had to like almost lose EMD and almost put a lien on a house. I've had lenders fall out of place like this morning. Had to get another lender in there. Thank God I did. You know, so things will happen along the way. And I think that if you get too nervous and scared, that you'll never really get there in the time frame you want. I think it's best for you to just make the mistake, organically just do it. And that's what happened to me. I made some noise. I organically ran, tripped a lot. I fell, got back up and kept running with some bruises and some scratch marks. Ran into some people that had it and they just liked me doing my thing and, you know, took me under the wing and had that opportunity. Came prepared. There was an opportunity. I ran with it. Here I am. Now I'm planning to buy 8+ homes every month. And same thing, I don't think it's going to take you long. I just think that you put yourself in close proximity to others that are doing it, and you just hone in, and you study and educate yourself. And within a couple of weeks, you can really knock out 3 to 6 months worth of knowledge.
Cool, man. Yeah, I actually have a few people, man. The group, man, has been a good resource, teaming up with people, man. So I'm gonna reach out to a couple of people already. See if I can work with them on it. Fucking. And yeah, you know, the financing thing is just, you know, kind of what's tough for me, because most financiers, most hard money lenders, you know, they want like 20%, you know, they're only going to finance like 80% because they don't know me, or even some 30. I don't have fucking that cash, dude, for, you know, almost $700, almost $800,000, fucking 20% of that. It's a fucking lot of cash for me to get there, you know? So, I mean,
that's why you go to a flipper who already done it, use his sponsorship, or you have him pull it. Like I said, here's the reality. Think about this. Let's say you're already well off. You know how to do this with your eyes closed, right? You already know the market, the numbers everywhere. What if somebody came up to you and let's say I wanted to do a fix and flip and I knew you were good and I got such a good deal. There's like a $300,000 spread after we repair it, right? If I came to you and I was like, hey, Mark, I said, I have this property. I don't know how to perform on it. I already know it's a great deal. Did all the numbers. I guess I might be a little bit nervous to perform, how to do the things. If I gave you 50% of this deal, I'm going to send you all the information. You can look at this large spread. If I give you 50%, do you think that you can guide me through the steps that I'm kind of nervous on? Would that work? Most likely you're going to say, fuck yeah. Because, all right, it's only going to fucking, yeah, go and call a contractor and go get an estimate. And then call me when you're done. Calls you back. All right, cool, just wait, get the estimate. Talk to you tomorrow. That's literally how the fuck I did it. I gave away 50, and I got a great mentor out of it. Now I got to study and learn from him, and it's an awesome relationship. But I'm saying that you can syndicate your own deals. Just remember, you're never alone. That's what's fucked up about most people who do this, is they always feel like they got to do it alone. It's gonna take, yeah, you can learn. It's just gonna take a lot longer, a lot more headaches, spend a lot more money, like waste time. Go and fucking partner up with people, and then elevate yourself.
Okay, good shit, man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that, man.
No problem. What's up, Eric? Eric, you got a question?
Hey there, Carlos, and I appreciate Josh for inviting me last night to the group. Thanks, Josh.
Hey, thanks for coming, man. Good to have you here.
Thanks, man. So I'm a new licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida about a month ago, and a substitute student as well. I've been looking at the Elephant Challenge mostly. Just looking to see what type of program you guys are using. You guys using Privy as well, or using the MLS?
I really like Zillow, man. After Abraham Gray showed me how to use the filter system in Zillow, I like using Zillow over the paid batch leads. I've never used PropStream. I heard a lot of good things about Privy, but I haven't used it. So I use Redfin, Zillow, and Batch on when I comp. I use all three.
Okay. What I like about Privy is, you know, they have comps readily available, and they also have like this deal button you click on to see whether or not, depending on what ARV you set and the amount of money you're looking to purchase a home for, they'll look for deals for you. But the only problem I'm having is setting up a buyer's list, because I don't want to get caught with my pants down and then, you know, have a property under contract and then not have a buyer readily available. You know,
Those areas you're looking in, is there a lot of investor activity on Privy?
oh yeah, there is. I'm just having a problem skip tracing them as well.
Where are you located in Florida?
I'm located in Miami Lakes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Florida is
Oh.
one of my main markets, so is Georgia. And yeah, typically, you know that when you lock up a deal that you don't pay yourself on the deal, or the seller pays you. So a buyer is going to be the one to pay you, and a buyer is the one that has the criteria. And some buyers have thinner criterias and a little bit more bold criteria. Some can spend more than others. And
Yeah,
so
like their buy
it's always,
boxes, right?
yeah, they're buy boxes. Some people are a little bit more beefy. They can spend more money on certain properties that other people can't do that. You know, it's best to always find your end buyer first. But in a scenario where you're in a very hot market, populated market, it's not that hard. You know, but if you're like in a, you know, maybe a smaller market, and then you're finding a deal and you're locking it up and you've never been in that market, you should find your buyer first before you lock it up. In this scenario, like if you're in a hot market, Charlotte, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Miami, Tampa, Orlando, you can find buyers overnight type of thing. And
Right.
Josh would totally help you out, find them. We have a list of buyers too. We can
Yeah,
show
and-
that, we can show you how to find buyers too.
All right,
Yeah, I
cool.
was thinking
So
too, I could help with skip tracing too, because it is like some private investigator type work, and I've kind of got it down to a little bit of an art. And it's not
Yeah.
easy. It gets tough, especially once it gets into LLCs and stuff like that.
right.
Like trying to find out who the owner of it is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't mind doing a video. If other people would be interested, I could do a Zoom where I can share my screen and everything and show people, you know, like my little tips and tricks on how to skip trace and get people's numbers. So I mean, if you guys, I'll put something in the Powerhouse if everybody's interested or
Yeah,
whatever.
that would be great.
Yeah, let's do something like
Normally how I would do it is I would go on Sunbiz, being if you're here in Florida, I'd look up the LC, and usually they would have the person's name. Then I'll Google it. And then if not, I'd use a thing called Spokio or Spookio. I'd type their name in that and I'd get a number to call, but it's been like hit and miss.
Yeah, it is kind of hit and miss. I've had a little more success too with like, once you find the agent's name, and if you can get their you can reverse skip trace their name and get their address, and then take that address and put it into batch skip, like batch leads, if you have that, or some sort of like a better skip tracing system, then you're gonna get like more accurate information.
Does batch driven work as well?
I'm pretty sure you can skip trace on batch driven. Yeah, I think it's like
All
12
right.
cents or 14 cents for each one. But I'm getting a lot better success of getting a real phone number or a good phone number if I get the buyer's name and their address off like the free stuff, and then I take that and put it into the skip tracing, because you can't skip trace without their address. You know.
All right. Cool. Another thing, one last thing. I'm looking for a Gator lender, transactional lender. I'm looking for a transaction coordinator, and possibly a closer. I just want to see, like, if I get a deal, bring it to you guys. I would learn each individual step, and then from there, like, I don't care if I make any commission at all. I'd rather make nothing and learn everything than it is to make something and, you know, whatever. Like, I just want to learn, and I know there's opportunities for everyone, so I'm not starving or anything. I just want to go ahead and make my first few deals. So I'm committed, man. I'm really committed.
That's a great offer, man. That's the way to do it, man. Like, I'll tell you this, that a closed mouth will never get fed, bro. And just by knowing that there are willing people out there to help you, that's the best thing you should do, man. And yeah, all of us are able to help you. I'll tell you this, that I fucking hate doing fucking TC work, dude. If you want to go and learn that so you can learn that, that's totally cool. I'm telling you, I'm never gonna go fucking learn that. Just gonna outsource that. Just so you know, you can plug and play, automate things. But yeah, we can show you all the little steps in there, show you how to fill out. I mean, I've learned how to fill out the paperwork. I just hate doing anything that's like integrated stuff. I don't have that. Josh is good with his integration. Stan's real good. Casey's real good. I'm just more like a visionary, and I like to communicate and close, and that's it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
And Ben could help him with Gator lending. And all that too.
Where's Ben at?
Martinez. I don't think he's in here today. He's usually in. He's been making them it in here.
earlier.
No.
Yeah,
Well, you could just send me his number over on Messenger,
yeah, I'll send it to you.
Josh, and I'll make sure to get it. Well, thanks, man. You guys have been great. I've learned a lot from this. I look forward to chilling out with you guys here in Zooms and learning. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
As well,
It was
if any of
nice
you guys need to reach out to me as well. I'll put my number in the chat. We could brainstorm and look at properties and JV together. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good, bro. It was nice meeting you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Does anybody have any other leads we can give a call to? Or what time? Where is everybody on the east? No, everybody's on the west over here, right?
I'm on the east coast. 8 o'clock here.
That's not bad. I've called people on accident though, like at 10 o'clock because I work on the east coast.
Yeah.
I'll be grinding and shit. It'll be like 7
Oh.
8 o'clock. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
I have a question. I have another question. I noticed my neighbor, he's in pre-foreclosure right now. I haven't approached him yet because I wouldn't know how to approach him if I'm a realtor, and then on top of that, I'm his neighbor. How should I approach him?
hey Josh, Eric, do you have an LLC or you just?
I
on
do
your
have an
personal-
LLC, but I haven't made it with PCS.
That's okay, but you have an LLC because PCS can always hook it up. Yeah, and you link with Josh, and Josh, you remember that door leave behind template that you had saved for me? You made it for me.
What
I
is it?
sent you a little template. There was a door knocking one on pre-foreclosures.
Yeah.
Hook him up with that with his information on it, and then what you'll do is you'll take it over and knock on the door, and just talk to them as a realtor, and at the same time just leave them that note. And in that note is going to have this template that it basically geared towards pre-foreclosure, and it gives them 7 ways they can help themselves out of the deal or sell it to us on terms, or it'll gear it to also for us to be the buyer just in case you don't want to go through, because sometimes people are stuck for a little bit and that can show them how to get out of arrears or catch back up, but some people are still struggling. Even if they catch back up, they're still struggling. So it won't even benefit them. So then they would sell it to you at a discount. But that would be a good way. It's always good to door knock those pre-foreclosures if you see it. I would definitely door knock it. Let them know you're a realtor and you're door knocking all your neighbors' houses just to offer your services. And then leave him your card and then that little template in an envelope.
Perfect. I'll definitely do that. Yeah.
Dan door knocks. You like door knocking, huh, Stan?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I see you doing it. So you gotten like a fix and flip or 2 out for doing that in your neighborhood, huh?
Well, I what do you call that? I didn't door knock my flip, but before I was doing that, yeah, we actually got some pretty good like contact rate It's a lot more I think it's a lot more efficient when you door knock. It's harder to slam a door in front of your face and hang up on your phone, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just hot out here in Vegas, so you gotta do it like really early in the morning or around this time.
Oh, so you're saying it's too hot out there for a pimp?
Yep.
Gotta get the money for it. So I gotta hop off and do a couple of things. You know, as I get more seasoned at doing this, I want to start preparing like people's leads already ready to go. So it's just a fireball. We can blow out like 5 to 10 real good calls and maybe do some Q&As in between them. I want to try to do action packed 2 to 3 hours now. And I want to be able to give you guys more value without more bullshit, even though it's all informational. I want to be a little bit more educational, and then we can bullshit after it. And even though it's going to help you guys answer me answer your guys' questions or other people. I just wanted to bring a little bit more value, a little bit more education. So the videos, when you guys reference them, you can actually learn from them. And, so we'll get that down more. That's on my fault. So go ahead and start dialing that in. And then we'll go from there. Tomorrow, Stan and I are going to be underwriting Scrum Team. We're going to figure it out what it is, but at 3 p.m. Pacific time is when we're going to host it. It's going to be a little bit different. Stan is the man, first off, and he's going to show you how he underwrites properties to see how it's going to cash flow. A little bit different. He'll educate on commercial terminology and whatnot, but that'll be tomorrow. So if you guys want to jump in, see us here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific.
Thanks, Carlos. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Take it easy.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Thanks a lot. See you.
Have a good night, bro.